Say, "Fio, what is Sonnie Badu now? Moya, move freelance. Moya, move
don't belittle yourself.
It was so beautiful.
Wow.
It was, and I believe in empowering people. I'm an advocate. There's no one around me that would come to me and remain the same. Maybe you when you were baby.
Wow.
Let's say, hey, don't do it this way. You say. What I say. So that is all part of impartation. But here's the question: am I really pouring into you to see what I've poured into you, or I've just wasted my investment?
Okay.
So now I'm pouring into Rock Hill Church members.
Oh, okay.
If you see Pastor Tamika, she used to sing years ago with the Whitney Houstons and everything. So my Pastor Tamika Micah, Uyembe Show. If you see Alisa, Uyembe Show. If you see Elliot, Uyembe Show. Even the saxophonist, Richard Shaw, Uyembe Show. So in terms of,
but that's America. Ghana also Pewase.
oh, there are a lot of Ghanaians that are getting impacted. Who says Sonnie Badu?
Okay.
They can be a blogger who say no,
yeah.
Badu Moja
Yeah.
You can see that there's something
there's
how they operate.
So
it's not
team?
That's my son. It's not just
like you.
It's not just musical. There's so many dimensions to me. Excellence, how to do things. Oh, I also know.
Sure.
I couldn't go for you, but we're different.
Sure.
So for me, impartation is everything, and that's why I realized that if I don't gather the people in a church setting and pour into them, I'm wasting my time.
I watched you recently, just about 2-3 days ago. You're talking about the kind of prophecies I saw, the major, the minor prophet. What's your major concern about something?
The prophetic is very important. It's part of the fivefold ministry.
Yeah.
We need the prophetic. In fact, a church without a prophet is blind. Do you understand? God only speaks through prophets. In the biblical order. When God is speaking, he uses his prophet to speak. So when you saw a prophet in town, thus says the Lord, you know that God is saying something. Prophets are the mouthpiece and the mind of God. They speak. Now, a major prophet can speak on behalf of God, okay? Without God not instructing them to. These are the ones we call major prophets. I'll give you an example. Elijah said there shall be no rain. God did not tell Elijah to ban them from rain.
But he declared.
He did, and God backed it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they are trusted by God to represent them. Why? So what's the story behind Elijah saying there shall be no rain? In that region, it was controlled by the spirit of Baal. Okay, and Baal was in charge of rain. So that region was a very tropical region. In Shonatoa, the crops were very, very fertile. The ground was fertile, and so Elijah banning the rain, he banned Baal. You understand? So there was dryness. Okay, so they can make a declaration on behalf of God. Okay, now let's come to this modern day mindset of the prophetic. Most people who go out to advertise that they are prophets are not prophets, because you don't advertise that you're a prophet.
I see.
In fact, prophets are introverts because they are always quiet, hearing the voice of God. So I'm telling you, most prophets shut in more than they come out. Do you know what it takes to hear the voice of God?
A lot of years and time.
Listen, God is a consumer of time. He's a jealous God. He wants you every minute for himself. Most master genuine prophets, they are more quiet. But here is the place of abuse. People capitalize on the vulnerability of others, okay, of the people, because Charlie, so bit me tell me the AC or China. And yeah, we are powerful, right? That is why prophetic churches are packed. All night TBI is packed. Why? Because everybody is looking for solution. Into only prophetic ministry was Sunday there, but Friday there, unya members. That is what is happening because people are in need. Obia here solution. Obia what problem your person solving. Into most Friday nights, all nights, and now prophetic is packed. Most members, 28% of the members are not their members.
Yeah,
they are from other churches. The prophetic is not in hand. So, do we need the prophets? Yes, to buy into the future, to let us understand what is happening. But you see, here is the problem, and I'm not afraid to talk about it based on my in-depth of knowledge. If we don't manage it well, other nations will mock us.
Okay.
What you say? A nation like Nigeria doesn't boast about prophets. But look at how their pastors are filling arenas.
Yeah.
In fact, if you enter Nigeria and you say, I see this, they will tell you, don't bring this person here again. Why is it that now the prophetic is so powerful, but it's not accepted in certain places? Think about it. Because we have abused it. And I blame the true prophets who watched the false prophet, because a true prophet can know that you are false. Do you understand what I'm saying? Say, I did not me operating by no a genuine. Me who saw the faker. I have to expose you.
I've
got to expose you. Say, hey, shut up. Inti and outside of the new beku. Me a major prophet. Make us say Jadio yeno. Adiena oyeno. That is not prophetic. No, stop it. So within the prophetic ministry, sanity can be brought within the major, the genuine ones. The genuine ones should go after the false ones. Do you know why? Oh, say mejuma. Jai. Because you and I can attest to the fact, say, there are so many false prophets around. Come on, let's not behave like
no,
we don't
baby.
Obi wa ohun she wasu ehun aden ope akwantre be ope dia jiska. We know it. We know it. And one of the biggest way for akwantre is catching such no be ombram be hu. Right? Oba be hu a no can say kofa 10, 20,000, $40,000 sebra. Entina ebi wo ha microphone person be ko prophetic because we be boka. Ya de ka bi be si uti so. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
No,
so the major prophets, right? The real prophets should call the false ones to books. Hey, Jai dia woyeno. Dia woyeno. Give me a word.
Okay.
Emfa enyonyam emba ejumana ye ho.
Yeah.
Look at the chief imam. Okay, let's look at the Islamic setting.
Yeah.
Papa no kon hokra na.
You go with the reverend.
Okay. Chief imam can call one guy who is playing games, right? And tell him, say, hey, Jadiawoyano. And with immediate effect, you will not try it. And this is the disciplines we need.
But as a Christian, don't be a
ubetimia sorry anopa. Unye siketia radio. You have your church start right now. Who's got for radio and TV? Social media.
Inti mami frame 424 442. Na kwantreno. Nami o shebrebe sisa. Ewo yaisu demo. Ewo jaisu demo. Number nini? 024 444 3009 34. Na mame wo ba udru abrempon junction a twen wo ho trotro ne ba no afa ba oge hunya minipa na masha won come. No, you don't advertise like that. The real prophetic is word of mouth. Na me no bon come or sin a business no.
Yeah.
Or advertise you.
Yeah.
Obi catch through be no be catch.
A lot.
Yeah. Real prophets in Koni Pemusa. On Koni Pemusa. So a man like Prophet Owusu-Bempah, solid. Prophet Ajiman Prempe, solid. Prophet Daniel Amoating, solid. Prophet Amoako, solid. It's just that we say a difference we be come watching.
Yeah.
Oh, it be to come watching
Sure.
without filter.
Yeah.
And right now we banter with social media where people take whatever you are saying and then turn it around. Okay, but we need some filters.
You've been in Kumasi to have a wonderful experience with a senior prophet, Apostle Kofi Asante. You went to the church. How did you experience
Well,
it?
I'm now getting to know him a
Okay.
bit more, and he's interesting.
Very interesting.
I love his humility.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
he's a humble man of God. I love it, and how he received me is beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I'm yet to get to know him a bit more. But I wouldn't have accepted his invitation if
Yeah.
I didn't trust his spirit.
Sure.
Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yeah, and I got to know him through him.
Sure.
Now, at least he knows who a real prophet is and
Of
who a
course.
false prophet is.
Yeah.
So if he's saying this is my spiritual father, then okay, there must be integrity there.
Of course.
Integrity is the word. Okay, and I was there yesterday. I had a good time.
But the temple, no, sorry, old one.
Yeah, we were
You
at
saw the building, the
Yes,
new
I
church.
saw the new 40,000 seater.
Huge.
Yeah, it's big.
So big.
I enjoyed it yesterday. He was interpreting for me.
TV, no,
So
this is-
for me ka ochi no aka bro. Me ka bro for no aka chi. Any I heard him.
Oh my God.
I heard him. This is so for preaching. Oh now to me preach but now I will preach but say now preach. It's and if you be no the American no come. Oh no preaching. It's a bishop. I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's right to select. Left and right. But
Very lovely.
I enjoyed it. He's just a good people.
Of course, he has that wonderful persona. A very great persona and very humble. Obeda would say,
Absolutely. And
he's so great.
You understand people.
Yeah.
And that is the Spirit of God.
God.
When you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of aspects,
Yeah.
you admire how God operates through people. Because in singing na nyepe,
Of course.
kawa eko wesu, enye no eko wesu. Inti nyame wo kawa ma obiara. There's the kind of people for the thumb. There's the kind of people for the index finger. What you say? Kawa edishe wedding finger, enye no edishe. So if these are human beings, then there is a different calling for all these kind of human beings based on their mindset. For the first time in my life, I heard phone calls from London. I heard phone calls from America. They say, "Hey,
They watch you live.
I say, how do they greet again? And one of the things you have to understand is when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Paul said, I've become all things to all men. Do you know what it means? In other words, medruha, to the Jew, I'm a Jew. To this person, I'm this person. Until you have to also understand this is the language. And it was a beautiful experience.
He's only one of the Ghanaians, charismatic church that has established branches across the world.
I never knew
He
that.
has branches across
I heard phone calls from all over, and it was beautiful.
Denmark, Holland, America,
It was
UK,
beautiful.
everywhere.
It was beautiful. So one thing I tell prophets is, you see, literacy is very important.
Yeah,
Literacy helps you to interpret things very well.
yeah.
God picks raw materials, but the raw materials doesn't stay raw.
Yeah.
It's got to equip itself.
No, I refine.
One of the major things is refining. What is refining? Education. So we see, say, 89% of prophets are not educated.
And I think education is paramount because education also opens your eye to understand things better. Education is a spark that makes you see things better. Into upesoko global na wonte brofo. Obede no preachy to a man sign. Are you understanding? So the calling would come. But who shall calling no what up the school.
And I tell you how this Prophet Kofi Asante, he learns, Papa. He learns.
I appreciate it.
I tell you, he learns.
I mean, he travels to London and everything.
And
now.
preach.
Udru London. So I mean, many years ago they used to have interpreters, but it wouldn't take your ministry global.
Oh yeah, there. Or set them.
Yeah.
For books. Despite an academic.
And there are teachers. Yes. There are online teachers. Yes. There are people that. I mean,
so you are ministering from Eneko
to Sunday.
To Sunday. Wow. So we have today, we have Saturday and Sunday. Very wonderful experience. My administration will come
actually, I'm always with Reverend Victor. So he's one of my father's incredible man.
Yeah.
And today is the first time I'm coming outside Reverend Victor. So
this is great. And that's why I'm so wow. It's not easy. No, I don't follow no.
Me papa.
That's great. Yeah, there are but I experienced it to say a year House of EZRA.
Oh, and not there.
Easy. A hot day. Yeah, my memfa apostle just a few minutes now. You come on. The senior prophet apostle Kofi Asante Ennin, founder leader for House of EZRA. Papa, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Opening up some phone now here there.
Yami
say, is the chief interpreter? On a trouble for Cassim. Sorry, but you said no, I just say, Yami Casso. Come of you, what countries tonight out in Babrofo. I see an experience to say. I mean, apart from one or so for Bakope Kumasi, Unkwanu will be a Yamena so ordinary Kakura now sort of room. Experience to say, have an encounter with a great singer, also a singer.
I see. Material in Cabaret 2012, it will be a manager on that.
Yeah.
That manager on that. Like I said, and I'm using a VAT 05 so, and you think of myself, actually, at the river. And I'm a say more at my dog. Yes, so a man of Papa from Cosette, Baba Ezra, Yamu, Yama be three of us.
Yeah.
Sir, at that 40,000 capacity, now there is a purpose.
Sure.
There is a purpose. And yes, sir, a ordinary church service and ever fairly dime. And Yami bought and at the map, so 40,000 capacity now I am.
The radio say free na ko sisa ye be wie program minim say nyame nam so yen senkyerene ahodo obi a onyamma ho de na ye be ka kire no
oh manager de be ka ne say obi a wontini ma obi a mamode me because see yenia osofo so ne bedu ka se business ya say onyankopon ne botaye ne say obi a won training ka na me tie see a o say nyesu obi free na asore ba wa asore omo bugu fia omo peso bedi nyame adi edo so pa jasema o kan ya si a ma fa se kebeti mi kura obi ja na asore so oba wa asore kura ma no kwa ma ne ma which is very good
oba no we ni bi a oba
oh yeah omwa
o konso obetwe nko o members bi akọ
anya bi obaboa nipa na wo ba agenda ode ba no kro ba be pamu nipa but obi a nyame na mo so pa wonnim nyame a obafa no so ba no sankrofo no omo nye double agent
ba obetena
you and obi a nyame afa so agene repa owu nyame afa so agene no sankrofo no omo nyankrofo mo ekwa aba Jasma, asɔfo Sonnie Badu Ghana no pay a very good pass you be show me say you mo bi ya na asɔre sɛ me firi amaba ɛdeɛ no ɛpam no ma ne bae ɔba bɛyɛ foforɔ so yɛ ka kyerɛ obi biara ɔntumi ma bi sɛ 20th ɛne ɛbɛwie ɔnsɛ mmerɛ no ɔmmra ɛnyame wɔ ne pama no
Over Yamishra, you know, as a pa, but you said, Brepom, you never transfer yet and home como. The last time I'm a bar, House of Ezra.
Okay.
Now, my testimony said some years ago, when a old man encounter now about car, Ugumus you bear 3 times and son of Babidua, Upia. And so, after years, the following year or two, a radinamos, and Papa and Wasran and Adam so. You now have cars, not just a car. It's a testimony. Say, "Nyame no be encounter, or rather fun to you, and you forever remain loyal and committed." Minimum more rather than most of the House of Ezra. Nyame shout. So, my brother Sonnie Badu, Doctor, yeah, wrap up the discussion.
I'm enjoying it.
I need to wrap up. My time is up because of the delay. But you are one of the few. I love ministers who has the gift of song. Your gift and your operation is different. I saw you also operating in the prophetic ministry too. So more or less like you are blessed with, you are versatile, almost everything and it going. What would you tell upcoming people, musicians, whatever, especially in Ghana, who want to aspire to be like Sonnie Badu? And what do they do to stay afloat for 30 years?
It's difficult to be like me.
Yeah.
Because I operate in all 5 things. The apostolic, the pastoral, the prophetic, the teaching grace, and the preaching grace.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult.
Very.
But you can have an aspect of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it comes with a lot of discipline. Number 1, find a local church that you can grow in.
Yes.
And
find a local church.
And whoever you're growing under, whoever you're growing under has to have something that you know dear Papa Cray. So you don't just find any local church, but whoever you're serving under, it is worth and it is benefiting your giftings. It is an environment good enough for your giftings to grow.
Okay.
Now, once you trust that pastor, he becomes your father, he becomes your mentor, he becomes your navigator. He tells you what to do. And then what is happening now is people are spiritual. A lot of people are spiritual orphans. They don't have fathers. Debbie. Obi Betuaka said, "This is my father." Minimum baby.
Yeah.
This is my father. No. Sons serve. I have sons who, when I'm in Ghana, they come to stay in my house with me
and serve you.
To serve. Impartation is not when we're in church. Impartation is when we are home. When I'm quiet.
When you see me.
No, I can't send back. Now they are so ubutum. That is real impartation. Real impartation, yet the air was really no. Obi ope opesa onya achedie no. And yet the ordinary protocol said my by your ministry. The osumo behind the scene. And onya impartation.
It was just Elijah. So let me bet na no who say me kwa. So as you stay along with me.
And yes, so be hu ne keke. And I will stay along no so untimi wi ade. Untimi ndi atro. Esa geazi ebeke so.
My brother, may the Lord be with you.
Amen.
It's been a wonderful having you in my studio.
Thank you.
I would love to see you again, probably next time.
Thank you.
Vital 02, Nyamisha.
5.
Vital 05.
I'll reduce you a
05. Senior Vital 05. Nyamisha Bopam. And then so when you any experience the a church program at Ekoso, our House of Ezra, Asramaso, anywhere. Yaton Safro, Sonnie Badu. Ebi kwesiada nti don't wait bra na erade fan so any d4 na munyanhira. My brother, thank you very much.
I appreciate
it. May I add my business so share.
For
edaya ho na a few minutes marco about the trauma so.
Okay.
But yemfa ya.
Please help me to welcome Minister Joe Matto.